Now, maybe not so much at this time of year, but over the summer months, roaming around Dorset, maybe over the Purbex, you'll see groups of eager young students laden down with backpacks and maps taking part in their Duke of Edinburgh expeditions. It's one element of the Duke of Edinburgh Award, the Duke of Edinburgh Award self-improvement programme for young people. But the other element, or one of the other elements, is the residential aspect of it. And today's Dorset Live's guest is trying to organise a very unusual residential for some young people from a Poole-based school. Alison Dougal is a physical activity assistant at the Victoria Education Centre in Poole, and she joins me in the studio now. Alison, good morning.
Good morning.
We better start off just by explaining about the Victoria Education Centre. I was saying on air earlier on, it's for pupils that have additional needs. They could be physical, they could be learning disabilities, those kind of things.
Yes, age 3 to 19. I work in the PE department, so I'm lucky enough to get to see most students across the whole school age range, particularly for swimming and PE and the D.A.V. award. Okay,
which is where we are, and this is the residential elements. So people would be familiar with the idea of the expeditions that young people have to do.
Yeah.
Residential, the idea is that you have to spend a certain time away from home.
Yes, it's specifically for the Gold Award, so you don't do the residential section for bronze and silver. Mm-hmm. You do the expedition. For gold, they have to do the expedition, but also the residential. So you have to spend 5 days and 4 nights, ideally in another country, but it doesn't have to be.
Yes.
But the idea is that it challenges you, and you should aim big.
I remember ours, which was terrific. We did a week at the St Martin's in the Field Church in London, right in the centre of town.
Wow.
There was a homeless shelter there that we helped out at, and we stayed in the rectory. And for a bunch of 16-year-olds, it was this kind of crazy sense of independence that I don't think we'd ever had before. You say you're aiming big. You're trying to get a group of 5 children to NASA.
Yes.
Where did that idea come from?
Well, I saw an advert in the D.A.V. magazine, which goes nationally, basically from a company called ISET, which is International Space School Educational Trust.
Right.
And I kind of just happened upon the article and just saw it, and it just sort of said, basically, do your gold residential with us. So I kind of thought it was a bit of a sign. We were thinking about doing gold at that time. I've worked there for 6 years, and we've never attempted it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we've done bronze since 1998. And since I've been there, we've started doing silver, but we've never attempted gold.
And does that tend to be because of the disabilities that these children are living with, that sometimes the demand of doing a gold is just a bit too much?
Yes, definitely, on the organisational side of things, but also logistically for these kids. They've all got physical disabilities, muscular dystrophy, ataxia.
Yeah.
They're both life-limiting conditions. Most of the students have cerebral palsy, which is struggling.
Yeah, so £20,000 is a target to raise.
Usually, if yourself or I went on our gold residential, the idea is that you do it on your own.
Yes, we just book a seat on a plane and we'd fly out there, wouldn't we?
Exactly.
It wouldn't be cheap, but it wouldn't be quite as expensive as this is.
No, so for that's for 10 people to go. So you've got the 5 students plus a carer each for them, and we've got special permission to do it as a group, because you would normally have to do it by yourself.
Of course.
But for me, it's more important for these guys to socialise with their peers rather than strangers, because it's not realistic. They're not going to see these guys again, and it's more important for them to socialise together, because they don't get opportunities to do that.
And what would they be doing out of there? Is this kind of proper space camp stuff?
Yeah. They go to NASA. They have a proper astronaut training experience, which is scaring me a little bit. They get to meet NASA executives, astronauts, have dinner with astronauts, go indoor skydiving, which, for these guys to get out of their chairs and just feel weightlessness. I'm looking forward to the moonwalk simulator.
Yes, I can believe, not the Michael Jackson type.
No.
Well, look, if you'd like to find out more, then there's a Just Giving page. I tried this earlier on and it worked for me. If you just search 5GO4, number 4 gold, and Just Giving, if you type that into a search engine, it's the first result that that comes up. What's the time frame on this, Alison? I mean, to put to one side a second I'm sure the organisational drama of it and taking one carer for a period of those number of days, that's going to be quite intensive for the carer, let alone for the young people involved here. But if in dream scenario, when would you like to be out there?
July.
Really?
Yeah, we do go in July.
Come hell or high water.
Yeah, we are going. You just, you see the look on these children's faces. One of them got his passport for the first time, and he came and showed me, and I was like, we have to go.
Oh, fantastic.
We are going to go.
I stay in touch, and
Yes.
when you head out there, it'd be terrific if we can make it. I mean, it's NASA, for heaven's sake.
Yeah.
They've got to have Wi-Fi. We can organise some kind of Skype call out there and
that
speak
would be
to some
awesome.
of the guys who are going over there. And this will put you on the spot. Do you know which 5 it is who are hoping to go?
Yes.
Go on,
yes,
tell us
I
their
do.
names.
Connor, Ebony, Esther, Robert and Tom.
Very good. There you go. You've been mentioned on the radio this morning. Lovely to meet you this morning. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Our Dorset Live's guest today, Alison Dougal, who is a physical activity assistant at Victoria Education Centre. And I'll say one more time, if you'd like to find out more about that fundraising, 5 go, number 4 gold, Just Giving. Type that into a search engine and that should take you there.
BBC Radio Solent Travel.